Morning to everybody. So today we discuss writing SQL queries by using having clause. We already know that the select statement has 6 clauses. Select from, where, group by, having, order by. There are 6 clauses for a select statement. We have the select, from, where, group by, having, order by. So among all these 6 clauses, the select clause is used which column value to be displayed. That will be specified in select. In from clause, you have to specify the table sources. From which table you want to retrieve the data. Those table sources will be specified in from clause. Where clause. So from where clause is an optional clause. If you are not specified the where clause, all the rows of the table will be displayed. When you specify the where clause, only the condition satisfied rows will be displayed. That's where clause. It is optional. You may, depends on the query, you may or may not write the where. Group by. Group by clause will display the rows of the table according to the group. So we'll make it the groups of the total rows will be made as a group and display the values. Having clause is used to apply a condition for the group. Then we use having. To apply a individual column for individual condition for a row, we use where. To apply a condition for a group, then we use having. Order by clause is used to arrange the data either ascending order or descending order. So we are already written so many queries. So for how to write SQL queries by using select statements. So these are all different SQL queries by using select statement. Now we go for having clause. How to write the queries using having clause. So I want to write queries by using having clause. How to write it? So having clause is used to apply a condition for a group. In order to apply a condition for a group, we use having clause. How to use having clauses? So what is the procedure for having clause? Then by you take some examples by use for having clause. So this list average salary list average salary for all departments. List average salary for all departments. Employees having more than 5 people. Employees having more than 5 people. This is my question. So this is my question. So what's the list? Average salary of all the departments. I want the average salary for all the departments. So, but we have the condition. If we write like this only, so then we write average group by department and like this we can. But we have the condition having more than five people in a department. So each department must have at least of 5 persons. If there are at least of 5 people, so then we will display the average salary. Otherwise, we cannot display the average salary. This is condition. So then how to write it? So what we required? Select. So department number, comma, average salary from employee, group by department number So when we write like this, we get the each department average salary. So to display the department average salary, there will be a condition. So having at least so group by department number, having count star greater than 5. So we can display the details of the having. So we can display the details of the employees average salary. So this down. So if we are not right having clause, we can get the details of all the departments average salary. But we have the condition. So each department having more than 5 people. So when there are more than 5 people, then only you have to display the average salary. Otherwise, no need to mention the average salary. So in this case, you have to write like this. This is the procedure. Similarly, list jobs of all the employees where maximum salary where maximum salary is greater than or equal to 5,000 is greater than or equal to 5,000. So I want the jobs of all the employees. So who's having maximum salary greater than 5,000? This is my condition. So what is the question? Select job, comma max sal from employee group by job having max salary greater than or equal to 5,000. So group by one to group the jobs having maximum salary is greater than 5,000. So when there are maximum salary greater than 5,000, then only we can display the queries. Similarly, list the total salary, maximum, minimum salary and average salary of employees job wise. List total salary, maximum, minimum salary, minimum and average salary of all employees job wise for department number 20, and display only those rows having average salary greater than 10,000. So this is my question. List the total max min average salary for all the employees. For all the employees, job wise, for department 20. So only for department 20 employees only. I want only department 20 employees. So job wise, so having, so this is my question. Select what I want, job, comma, sum of sal, comma, max of sal, comma, min of sal, comma, average sal from employee where department number equal to 20. I want the details of only department 20. Group by job having average salary greater than 10,000. This is the question. So I want what we want. So we want job, some total salary, maximum salary, minimum salary, average salary. So I want. So that's what we want. For department 20 only employees, not for all the employees. For department 20 employees only. That's where department number equal to 20. So for 20 department, there are so many jobs. That's why again group by job. Each job having maximum average salary is greater than 10,000. So this we are using. So having average salary greater than 10,000. So this is the question. List total average salary, job and department. So the output should also be arranged in descending order of the sum of salary. The output should be arranged descending order of sum of salary. So this is my question. List total max, min and average salary of employees job wise for department 20. So display only rows having average salary greater than 10,000. The output should be arranged descending order of the sum of salary. So this is my question. So what we required, select job, sum of sal, max sal, min sal, average sal from employee where department number equal to 20, group by job having average sal greater than 10,000, order by, so what is the order? Sum of salary, order by sum of sal. So this, so like this we write the query. This is the final lesson. select statement, select from, select, this is the final select format, syntax format, select from, where, group by, having, order by. So like this we can retrieve the data from a table. This is the way, so retrieving the data from tables. This is the process. So this is the process to retrieve the data from tables actually. So now so up to now we are discussed so retrieving data from one table only. Now we go for multiple tables. How to retrieve the data from multiple tables? So what is the procedure? Or so we can use now or otherwise. So we can use some inner queries also, sub queries also, no problem. So before that we can retrieving data from multiple tables. Now we discuss how to retrieve the data from multiple tables. Up to now we are discussed data from single table. So now we go for multiple tables, retrieving data from so up to now we are discussed so retrieving data from one table. Now we discuss how to retrieve data from multiple tables. We are already know the in relational algebra. I already told that so there are different ways to retrieve the data. So we have the different binary operations of relational algebra: union, intersection, difference, out joins. So like this, there are Cartesian product. These are all the retrieving data from multiple tables, which are already covered in relational algebra. So we already in relational algebra, we know that. So binary operations and unary operations. Unary or selection and position are the unary operations. For those operations, it requires only one table. While in the case of binary operations means Cartesian product, joins. So either it may be EQ join, theta join, or natural joins, and then outer joins, left outer join, right outer join. Sir, we need to arrange in ascending order. What is the query? Yes, for ascending order, you also simply specify order by. That's enough. Order by which clause you have to specify. If you want to arrange the data in descending order, then only you can specify DESC. Otherwise, the default is ascending order. So this, arrange the output should be arranged descending order of the sum of salaries. So this is ascending order. So I want to arrange the data in descending order. That's why you have to specify DESC. If you specify DESC, then only the data is displayed in descending order. Otherwise, the default is ascending order. That's it. This is the process. So there are so many queries. Cartesian product is one. So the Cartesian product, by using Cartesian product, we can retrieve the data. So from what is a Cartesian product? Each row of one table is joined with all the rows of another table. We called as Cartesian product. So if you take a Cartesian product, so what is a Cartesian product? So in Cartesian product, each row of one table is joined with all the rows of another table. For example, there are two tables, table 1 and table 2. Suppose table 1 has some columns, table 2, suppose table 1 has 4 columns, table 2 has 5 columns, and 4 and 5, there are how many rows? So depends, we can write it. For example, you go for an example of how to write Cartesian product. First, before going to Cartesian product, first I will take the column, 1 column and 4 rows. So suppose this is the column. Principal. So there are 2000, 3000, 4000. There are 3 rows. So we have one more column. This is a table 1. So this is one table 1. principal table. So this I called as a principal table. I will call it as PT, principal table. So our table 1 were called as table 1. So this is table 1. So we have one more table, table 2. Table 2. We have table 2. We have table 2. So table 2 has 2 columns, 4 rows, time rate of interest or OI, rate of interest. So there are 2, 5.6, 3, 5.8, 4, 6.1. So this is. So if you want one more row, no problem, we can insert it, no problem. 5, 6.3 also. So like this, there are 2 tables. I want to perform Cartesian product of these 2 tables. Then what is the Cartesian product of 2 tables? First table has 3 rows, second table has 4 rows. Totally 3 into 4, 12 rows. The resultant table has so T1 rows into T2 rows, and T1 columns plus T2 columns. So this is so the Cartesian product of 2 tables has join of 2 tables has so table 1 rows into table 2 rows table 1 columns plus table 2 columns. So this is the final. So when you perform the Cartesian product of 2 tables, the resultant table has T1 table 1 rows into table 2 columns, table 1 columns plus table 2 columns. This is the resultant row. For example, so this is already covered in relational algebra. So before writing query in SQL, first we go for example how. So then we can go for finally 12 plus 1, 13. We require 13. 3 columns, 13 rows. So each row of first table is joined with all the rows of the second table to 5.6. Again 3000, 3000, and we have 3, 5.8. Sorry, each row of first table 2000, 4, 6.1, 2000, 5, 6.3. So this is the each row. First row is each row of first table is joined with all the rows of second table. So this is the final table after Cartesian product of two tables. This is the first table, this is the second table. So when you performed Cartesian product of these two tables, then the resultant table has so T1 rows into T2 rows and T1 columns into T2 columns. This is the final. So how to write? Suppose I want to write a query for this. How to write? I will query. Suppose what is the statement? Select. 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 So what we want? Table 1 dot principal, comma table 2 dot time, table 2 dot ROI rate of interest from table 1 comma table 2. When you write like this, it automatically performs the Cartesian product. This is the simple way to write the query. So this is the select what I want, table 1 principal. So table 1 principal. Rate time and rate of interest in table 2. Table 2 time comma table 2 rate of interest. From which tables? Table 1 and comma table 2. Just we write. So when you write like this, we can get the Cartesian product. This is the way to perform Cartesian product of two tables. We know this is the one Cartesian. This is called as Cartesian product. This we call as Cartesian product. So this is the question. So retrieving this is the Cartesian product. There are two tables. This table 1, table 2. So the Cartesian product join of two tables has table 1 rows into table 2 rows, table 1 columns plus table 2 columns. Then the result. This is the result. So this is the query. So like this, we can perform Cartesian product by in SQL. This is the process to perform Cartesian product in SQL. So simply how to specify the tables and like this. This is the process. Now we go for another type. This is the Cartesian product. Now we go for equi-join. So joins, there are three types of joins. We already know that there are different types of joins: equi-join, natural join, and theta join. So left outer join, right outer join, and left outer join, self joins. We have the self join also. So self join. So like this we have. So first we'll go for self join. So what is self join? So what is this? Join the table itself. Join the table itself is called as self join. Suppose I want to join the table itself. Suppose we want to join its table itself. So we use self join. Some queries are like this. There may be a query so like this. So in this case, we use self joins, joining the table itself. So join the name was so joining the table itself is called as self joins. So actually, suppose there are I will take one small example. We have 3 columns, 5 rows, employee ID, name MGR. Suppose this is my table MGR. There are some columns, some employees are there. Suppose 101, Mr. Ravi. He is the manager, so actually no manager. 102, 102. So we have the manager. Sai. Manager is 101. 103. Raju. 101 is manager. 104. Venkat is the manager. 105. So Rajesh, suppose 104. So we have one more table, one more row is there. 106. Kiran. 104. Suppose this is my table, employee table, like this. Let us assume. So I have the table employee ID, employee name, and manager. So somebody has, some employees are the manager, some employees are not managers. So the manager cannot have MGR number, other persons will have MGR numbers. I want, so name of the employee and manager number, manager name. I want employee name and manager name of all the employees. So I want, so this is my question. So this is my query. List name and manager name for all the employees. This is my question. So this is my question. So I want so name and manager name. So this is the table. We have only one table is there. So I want to perform. I want to join this table itself. So then how we can perform? How we can join the table itself? So we 101. So is the manager. So there is no manager number. 102. Sai is the manager is 101. So 101 is Ravi. So Sai manager is Ravi. Raju. So Raju manager is 101. 101 is Ravi. So for this purpose, it is necessary to join the table itself and compare the manager number of this employee with the employee ID of another number. So when both are equal, then we can display. So this is the question. So in this case, we use select name, comma. So name. So E1 dot name. E1 dot name. So I will call it as employee name. Employee name, comma. E2 dot name. I will call it as manager. So alias is the name. Just it will print the column name. Just where it will display the name. So before the output. So select E1 dot name, comma E2 dot name. So from EMP E1, comma EMP E2. So this is just so I am taking alias. So E1 is one table. So is an alias for the employee table. Similarly, E2 is also alias for the table employee. So we are taking two tables. Both are same. So when we are using like this, so then it will be called as So then it will called as a self join. Self join means joining the table itself. So we are joining where E1 dot mgr is equal to E2 dot employee ID. This where E1 dot mgr. So here E1, what is the E1 dot mgr? No, that row will not be selected. If you go for second row, so what is 101? E1 dot mgr. What is one? So 101. So this will be joined with 101. So then the Ravi will be printed. So again, so this 101, this row is joined with 101. Again, so Ravi will be printed. So E4, so there is no MGR number. So this row is not printed. Again 104, so 104 is the row. So this is joined with 104. So when we joined with 104 Venkat, so again it will be joined. So when you joined with this Venkat, so like this we can create the tables. This is the process. So if you go for table, I think, please wait. Uh, Suppose. So then I will join it. So what is what? 101 is joined with so this. So in this case, I will go for symbol. 101 is joined with. Uh, insert shapes. No, no. I want this type of table. So this this I want. I will take 101 is joined with we need a sorry not suitable, not suitable. I'll go for this. Yes, nice. Okay. Insert shapes. I'll go like this. 101 is joined with the row of 101. Similarly, so this is the way. Similarly, so this is the process we are using. So in relational algebra. So this is called as this. We can also that relational algebra is converted into so SQL queries by in Oracle. This is the Oracle syntax. So whatever we are using, that is the Oracle syntax. If you go for the PLS SQL plus or SQL, sorry, MySQL, the syntax will be simply something will be changed. Otherwise, it will be same. So if once you know the one relational algebra, one SQL format, then automatically you can understand in other languages also very easily. So this is the way self joins. It's called as self join. Self join means joining the table itself. So when you join the table itself is called as self join. Here employee table is joined with self it is employee table. So when you performing like this, that we called as self joins. This is the way we are using for self join. This is the syntax of self joins. Tomorrow we discuss so equi joins and other type of joins also. So then we go for set operations. Once we discuss equi join and equi then outer joins, then we go for next.